been hard at work. I probably should have done this a couple days ago, but trying to make this thing get it done for PRI. So all the plumbing is done. There's Brown and Miller crimp hoses for everything, like we do on everything. So this is all done, transmission, and all this CO2 plumbing is done. So there's base control solenoids that runs up over here. The fire system plumbing is done, the pole handle's done, the race radios is done. We mounted all the solenoids, there's the shifter. That I'll make a video about for fresh air. It's pretty cool. Okay, well, a good idea for that. And then under the hood, we got MSD plug wires. I think these came out perfect. And then we got 60-degree EGT probes from Mad Racing, and they're going into, look at that, it's got our logo on it. EGT bulkhead. BPS made these for us and engraved our logo on them, so that's flat. We got more fire line done. This is all the fire lines, so the fire suppression system's plumbed. We got another one that goes straight across the dash bar too. And then all the plumbing under the hood's done. So cooling system comes out of the radiator, into the pump, into there, into an Earl's crossover, which these are sweet. I like using these a lot. They clean up plumbing a lot. They work great. So, and then it comes out of the heads right here. And none of this stuff's tied up and like finished, like mounted, but this will sit like this. Follows the fuel cell pretty good, or the hoses follow the fuel cell pretty good. The oil system all plumbed up. The fuel system's all plumbed up. So these hoses look a little goofy, but the reason being is, I'm not gonna do it with because I only got one hand, but the reason being is you disconnect this V-band and then the pump slides off, and then you pull the spud out so when we drive on the road, it's not spinning the pump. This is done in a way so that this allows movement and the bottom hose allows a little bit of movement to slide in and out. So we did it the same way on Goldstone's car. His is just a little bit tighter, but kind of hard to see, but it's down there. Same way. So so all of our plumbing's done. All of our sensors are mounted in their locations. We moved the rife block off the back of the intake because it was in the way of the bulkheads coming through the firewall. So moved it over here. Looks pretty good. And we got all the brake lines are done. All the air jack lines are done. We've been crimping a lot. So this is 4AN, and we used Racetronics 4AN hose and fittings. And then we used Racetronics, let me get down here. We used Racetronics soft line 3AN for the brake lines. And then we did some hard line, like the long rounds are hard line. But anyway, Racetronics has got a ton of really good, useful stuff. There we got a TBM line lock. We got TBM brake pressure residual valves here, hooked up to the master cylinder. So you need these residual valves because the master cylinder is mounted below the height of the caliper. So it'll bleed the fluid back through the master cylinder. These residual valves are 2 pounds and they stop that from happening. So we got some Motion Fluid Works bulkheads here. So this one here is an air jack line, this one's a brake line, and this one's for dome pressure. So then we got, this is a lot of details in this, and I'm kind of rushing through it, but it is what it is. Racetronics, if you notice, that sounds metal, because it is. This is 1/4 inch push to connect anodized aluminum tubing. I use this here just because it could potentially burn. Can't burn through the aluminum. This is pretty sweet. So it's push lock, but goes right into a push connect fitting, but it's aluminum, so it's pretty sweet. We have got brake pressure too. Yeah. So we've got a brake pedal. That's exciting. That's a big one. In the back here, we've got Motion Raceworks CO2 bottle, and then we've got one of our automatic shut-off valves and one of our dual pressure outlet regulators. So these disregard this goofy looking fitting. I'm waiting for a new one to show up. But this combo we put in just about every car. The nice thing about this combo versus some of the other things that are on the market is there's no flow restriction here. And if it was an all-in-one unit, you'd have one fixed amount of pressure. That's it. So by having this, you can actually, if you had 3 different pressures you had to use, we have some smaller single outlet regulators that you could stack, and they have like bleed through for them, which you couldn't do that with some of the other units that are out there. Plus, this flows 40 cubic feet per minute, which is way more than you'll ever need, but it's not a restriction for, say, parachutes or shift cylinders, or the bigger stuff that it requires a big, large volume. So these are on our website. They're actually on a Black Friday sale right now, so go check them out. What else we got? Oh, under the car, all this stuff's done. We got a trans cooler mounted or plumbed, and then the pump gas fuel system's plumbed. All the air jack stuff's plumbed. There's an air jack up there in the front. So we are fixing to get to work. I'll make another video with a little bit quicker updates here, a little bit more regular updates. We're about to start wiring. So Daniel, what are you doing?
I'm putting a DTM4 on this laser and just terminating some stuff in the car.
What are you wearing? Look at that.
Oh, you like
Oh,
that?
God dang, is that? God dang, if you ain't got one of them, you ain't shit. You know what I mean? So if you ain't shit, go on our website and be some shit. You know what I mean? And get yourself a sweatshirt. They are sweet. Get yourself a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. Or if we're sold out of sweatshirts, buy 2 t-shirts. You know? And then just double stack them and start sweating. So, all right, we're gonna get to work. I'll make another video here later today. We'll probably document all this stuff and try to keep you updated. See you. All right, so in the last video, kind of showed you where we were at with this thing. Since then, we've made all the battery cables. So all the battery cables are done. PDM 28, power and ground, contactors. The battery's out of the car right now. Justin, you want to show them that Tevzel 2 gauge? No, I mean out of the drawer.
Oh, out of the drawer? Which piece? The little...
No, we're talking about, look at this. This right here. So there's different qualities of...
Got a little whoopsie daisy in there.
Yeah, there's different qualities. So what we normally use with most cars that we do is this 2 gauge welding cable. It's good stuff. It carries the same amount of amperage, or it carries adequate amperage. This is what everybody uses as welding cable. This is 2 gauge Tevzel. That stuff is like $3 a foot. This stuff, well, I think it's like $3 a foot. This stuff, this is $15 a foot. So this is a tough pill to swallow, but I decided let's try it on this car. Was it easy to work with?
No, it's real stiff.
Yeah.
It's like...
It bends. It's flexible.
Bends.
It's just...
It's just stout. Like,
yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be.
So it's tin-plated copper. It's extremely flexible, but it just takes a lot of effort, and it also holds its form just like Tevzel wire in smaller gauges. So we use that. It'll carry a little bit more amperage. It's tin-plated copper, which is the highest conductor out there, the best conductor out there, where this is just...
Is this piece 2?
Yeah. Yeah, like there you go. Look at the diameter size difference.
And I mean...
And it's the same conductor inside, same amount of wire inside, but this will actually carry a little bit more current than this. and it's smaller diameter. This jacket's also,
considerably thinner. That's why like the overall diameter of the cable
Yeah, let me-
is a bit smaller.
that didn't help at all.
No.
There you go, okay. There we go. So anyway, yeah, we used 2-gauge Tevzel for battery cable. And what else we do yesterday? Oh, EGTs?
I think they made a transmission cooler line.
We had Oopsie Daisy, had to make a transmission cooler line.
What happened?
Somebody was drilling a hole for a grommet back and put it right through our brand new transmission line.
So somebody,
Could have been anybody.
could have been anybody, was drilling a hole for that grommet right there. But right below that is the transmission cooler lines.
That's one of those, you should have looked, but we didn't kind of operations there.
What's the better solution to that? We should have had that grommet in first.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you could go about it that way, but also looking would have been a good option too, so.
Well, looking from both sides.
Did y'all show up under the car yet? Like, with
No.
the lines? Okay.
Well,
The lines
so,
are nice.
yeah, they are. Well, so I will take full credit for that. I drilled that hole and I drilled through that freaking transmission cooler line. That was 100% me. But I only got one of the transmission cooler lines. I didn't get both of them, so that's not that bad, you know? But anyway, so what else we get done yesterday?
We connectorized a lot of stuff.
Yes, everything's connectorized. That's something that we like to do up ahead of time. You know, like water pump, everything, like there's the little oil pump that's over there. Oh yeah, we finished up the fire lines. So these are fly. This is one of the fire suppression lines that comes out here.
One line. Of all the lines.
I'm not done. God dang. Justin did the in-depth bending of these lines.
Dan could never. Dan, hey, you get ready to learn how to do some fire lines, bro, you come on up here. We got you.
Cameron Johnson, if you're watching, just let Dan know that we.
Look, and brake lines, somebody.
But let's just be honest here. I'm gonna be 100% transparent here. We ain't got shit on them with brake lines.
Yeah.
We also do not do brake lines for people. We don't do them. Don't be asking us to do brake lines. We don't know how to do them.
The brakes are bled.
But the brakes do not leak and they are bled.
And
So,
they're fire.
and
They got a bunch of soft line.
yeah, and they got a bunch of soft line. So.
The EGTs are done.
EGTs are all done. So you can see there, they go back there into the bulkheads. The inside of the EGTs are done, plug wires are done. There's that rife block. The CDI coil harnesses are done. Wrapped those up this morning. Well, they were done yesterday. We just finished installation of them this morning. What else we got?
I don't know what all y'all have in the other video.
We can,
Yeah, we got
yeah, let's, hang on, I'll go run the car up here, so it'll take a minute. All right, so we up underneath this thing. What else we get done? Let's talk about it.
All the fuel lines are done for the pump gas system.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all done completely, but we got some bad fuel lines right here. They're dry break.
So when we're gonna pull that fuel cell out, boom, that's all we gotta do. And then we pull that fuel cell out. And then what do we got over here?
Same thing with the transport.
Hold on, they can't see. The people can't see.
Well, I hope the people back up.
There we go. It's the same deal. So these are the Racetronics titanium dry brakes. So we're gonna pull the transmission cooler out, boom, we can loop them. Be good to go. That's nice, right? And then we got, there's the air jack line. Feeds it from the gas door. What else we got up in here?
Soft brake lines to the
Oh
rear.
yeah. Oh, these came out nice too, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, look at this. So we mounted them right there. So they're mounted here, but there's enough slop in it so that you can pull the caliper off and let it dangle. They're mounted up here, and then they're not mounted back here. So you see where it's mounted all the way back there? That's so when the rear end extends that there's enough movement for the brake lines to not get tight. So.
Did you show them your bulkheads for the brake
Oh
lines
no,
in there?
we didn't really even get into that, did we? Look at we got. So this is the brake bulkhead. This is the back. There we go. This is the brake. This is the air jack bulkhead. This is the brake bulkhead. We got more of them over here. or we only got one over here because there's no brake line over there. But yeah, we got trains, cooler lines. This is a fuel line coming off the flex fuel sensor mount for motion. There's another little T there for brake lines. They come up here, P-clamped all over the place. Here's the trains, cooler lines. Let me show you that one I drilled through. It's up there. All right, we done with that. Now these are the transcore lines. They're all nice, high and tight. Up in the tunnel. They look good. There's that tie drive shaft safety loop. That's pretty fancy. What else we got up here?
See the rest of the battery cables and stuff.
Oh yeah. So there's your alternator positive, there's your alternator negative. And then look at it's all nice out of the way. The belly pan sits in here, so we can't really attach anything here. We're gonna swap these out with P-clamps.
Yeah, that's just a temporary deal.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll probably zip tie this one here to that brake line, and then we'll put a P-clamp here and here, right there, so that these zip ties, because these zip ties will be in the way of the belly pan going in, because the belly pan is super tight to this. So swap them out. There's a look at that, Dan. I teach you a thing or two about brake lines.
Dan, I didn't do that one, Dan. That's not me.
I mean, look at it. Look, I even gave it a little. This one that was real. This is inspired by Dan. Dan,
Look at that
just
hand on that thing.
I know. Look at that. Dan, just know that I'm extremely jealous of your ability to do brake lines and fire lines. That right there, mounted that. I can't remember the guy's name. He made these for us, though. He made mounts for these for us. They're fly.
Yeah, they are.
So we got a laser for Mad Racing up here. We got a little breaker for the fan. And what else we got? Oh, race pack track temp right there. What we got right there?
Your race pack, shock treble.
Oh yeah, we already went over that. But yeah, there's 10-inch shock treble sensors over here.
The starter cables and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're all nice, high and tight. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's kind of hard to see. But yeah, there's your battery bulkheads right there, and then starter cable there, ground cable, engine ground right there, starter. So yeah, we got all the battery cables done, all the plumbing's done. Now it's time to cut wires. So we decided to start videoing this because this is a pretty pivotal part of wiring a car.
Did you talk about those residual valves?
No, no, but we'll talk about them because that's as important.
People may not know that.
People probably don't know that. So, this is the master cylinder.
A lot of people just blew in from stupid town.
Yeah. So here's the master cylinder, right? And if you look, the master cylinder is below there's the caliper up there, and there's the master cylinder down there. So, as you bleed this, the brake fluid would want to come back into the master cylinder and overflow that reservoir. So you have two options. You can either remote mount the reservoir up high, which is heavy and nicer, but heavy. Or TBM makes these pressure residual valves. These are 2-pound pressure residual valves, which basically it's a check valve. So it doesn't allow the brake fluid to go back this direction. So we opted for that. It worked out really well. And they don't drag the brakes or nothing when you're spinning them. So, you know, should be pretty sweet. So yeah, let's go ahead and let this thing down, and we'll talk about what we were talking about with. This is, I think, is really actually extremely important when it comes to doing a nice job of wiring a car. So I'll show you here in a minute.